Buying a home is more than just a transaction. It's a journey. And for many, it can feel overwhelming, confusing, and even a little scary. But hey, you're not alone.
Yeah, originally from Georgia, but I've lived in Utah for 50 years, and so I feel I still call that home.
Sure.
If you tell people you lived in Mapleton, they're like, where the heck is that?
Yeah, where's Mapleton?
You'd have to tell them, go through Springville, and it's between Springville and Spanish Fork. But it's grown a lot. I've actually been involved in real estate for over 30 years, but then I realized really quickly that I could do a lot more as an agent and help people a lot more people, not just the people in the office. But one of the things I realized really quickly is that as far as the money goes, it was just a drop in the bucket to what, I felt like I could do in real estate. And so I think that's probably some advice is once you make that decision to go forward, you just know that forward is the only way. I actually did Mary Kay for 18 years, and that was a commission only. And so I think just having that experience of the up and down on the income, it had prepared me for that, but it also has potential for so much higher gains. I was actually in line to be the next CEO of a multi-million-dollar company.
Wow.
And the CEO had his exit strategy, and he had named me as the person that he wanted to take his place. I'm going to say that again.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
And he had named me as the person to take his place when he retired. I just thought that this was our future, but then a week later, they let me go. Yeah. I never have really seen any time where I felt like it was, quote, a bad market. Okay. I feel like there's always people that are buying and selling. So I think just life in general creates opportunities. And so if you're just open to work with people and find out how you can serve them, I feel like there's always going to be opportunities. But me personally, I've identified a couple of markets that I feel like are going to be that same type of experience where if you get in now, you're going to see that growth like what Mapleton has experienced. And I'll even just say it's Mount Pleasant and Goshen.
Okay.
I feel like those two areas, they're sleepers, but I have seen similar type. So I think sometimes if you're like, I just got to wait for somebody to call me and tell me that they're ready to buy, but they don't even know that they're ready to buy until you maybe plant that little seed. Yeah. But in sitting down and talking to them, I'm like, I don't know if selling's really the best option for you. But I do feel like I'm an advisor or a consultant for people, and if it's not the best option for them to sell their house or to buy, then I'm going to tell them that. Goshen, I feel, is like the old Mapleton.
Okay.
It's far enough off of the freeway, but it's still close enough within, I haven't driven out there for a little while, but I think it's 20 minutes. And it's still kind of country rural feel, which a lot of people like.
Totally.
And you can get larger plots of land for a little bit cheaper than other places. So I think it'll just be another Mapleton. Almost feel like it's going to be another sort of Saratoga Springs or something like that, where it's out in the middle of nowhere, but eventually they're going to fill in all of the amenities so you don't have to go anywhere. You'll have everything that you need. Yeah, I think a lot of it is mindset. It's actually 40 is the average age for a first-time home buyer now, which is crazy to me because when I was buying a home, it's like you got out of school, you got a job, you saved money, you bought a house. It was just like, but it is a little bit different now. But I think a lot of it is mindset. I think media has really played this up that you just can't afford to buy a house. And I think that a lot of people don't realize that if you're not too picky about where you live and you're okay with maybe doing a little bit of fix up, the investors are picking these up, but normal people can pick these up too, and you can actually live in them. He just had that, and that's what I'm saying, mindset. He just had that as a mindset that he can't afford to buy a house. And so I did send him some of those that are under $300,000, and he actually is pretty handy. So he's okay with doing a little bit of fix up. So that just opened a new world for him, just changing that mindset of, oh, maybe I can, even if you're just like, maybe I can. And I think a lot of it is just being open and allowing yourself to follow your heart. But yes, as far as selling, again, if you find yourself in a situation where you need to sell, I wouldn't hold back. I would definitely go forward with that and work really closely with your realtor, because your realtor has we have access to so much data and everything. But again, I just really feel like all things work together for good. And so if you really need to get that certain price and you still need to sell fast, I know that there's the perfect buyer out there. And I just feel when you have like good intentions and you feel everybody is coming together to try to create something beautiful so that everybody's winning, then it's all going to work together. But let's think outside the box. Let's try some different strategies and see if we can make things happen a little quicker or whatever. Usually when people are buying or selling a house, and one of the things that I'm always able to do is to help people feel like they are in a safe, comfortable, secure place, no matter what the situation is. And with real estate transactions, things come up that you're not expecting, but I always feel like that I'm able to maintain that emotional security within the person, within the transaction. And so I feel like that's one thing that I bring to the table that a lot of agents don't consider, is there's like an energetic contract with the client, not just a paper contract.
I hope today's episode gave you insight, confidence, and maybe even a little inspiration on your homeownership journey.